Hello Internet, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon White version. In the last episode, we explored everything from Route 5 all the way to Chargestone Cave. This time, we're going to be starting here in Mistralton City. There's only one real thing to see here, but first I actually want to check something about Zekrom with the move relearner. What move should Nobunaga remember? I just want to check what we could potentially learn here. Thunderfang, we have Fusion Bolt. Dragon Rage, Imprison could be good. It could be good if we were against like a Haxorus or something. We could make it so it couldn't use Dragon Claw. I'll consider this in the future, but it's a very situational move, because we aren't going to be coming up against anything that knows Fusion Bolt or Fly. Ancient Power, I like its bonus effect, but no. And then the rest is just the moves it already had when we caught it. Alright, nothing particularly interesting other than Imprison, but still. It was worth checking. The only other thing to see here in Mistralton City is Skyla. Wow. I'm suing 3 times as hard this time, because my face is 3 times as broken. Are you and your Pokemon well? Well, I'm not, but my Pokemon are. Our battle was so much fun. Now my Pokemon and I have started training again. I don't usually let people travel in my cargo plane, but battling with you is such a blast that I'd make an exception. I already have Zekrom, and according to the end credits, post-credit scene of Pokemon Black version, its tail works like a jet engine, so I don't need you. I don't need your plane. I got Zekrom. Alright. With that, though, that is everything there is to do and see here. Also, I don't know why I was so mean to Skyla, because, oh my god, she's adorable, and I love her. Route 7 is next. It's gonna be Audino. There's no point, it's only in level 20s. Let's head into this house. You may remember that we traded a Pokemon here. Trading Pokemon, okay, this guy doesn't fight you with it, apparently. Wow. Okay. I traded that Pokemon with you so you would try to kick my ass with it later. Well, that's a shame. Well, other than that, there's the Swarm encounter on Route 7. Furret, or Sentret actually, but it evolves into Furret. It's a Route 1 normal type, but when evolved, Furret is pretty fast and good. It gets good use out of Return, U-Turn, and Shadow Claw. It can be fun, but it's just okay. Sentret itself is useless. If you're not planning on evolving it, then don't even pick it up. And that's all for Route 7. We'll be heading back to the Celestial Tower later because there is new stuff to do there, but for now, we're just gonna head into Twist Mountain. In December. Trust me when I tell you, it's not worth coming into Twist Mountain if it's not winter. We've already explored the entire dungeon. There's nothing to see in any rooms that are inaccessible during the winter. So this is just the smartest time to come here in the post-game. We're gonna head down here. And into the lowest room. And I'm gonna spray Repel, because I'm pretty sure I haven't, because we did get an encounter on the last route. I got lucky not getting an encounter up to this point. We want to talk to this worker. If you look for something in an empty place like this, you can discover things. Like this fossil I just found. Take this! Armor fossil. Oh, I was hoping for Helix, but okay. If you come again tomorrow, you might be able to find a fossil of your own. So come on out and play if you want. So what he means is if you talk to him tomorrow, he'll give you another fossil. This guy can give you any of the fossils from previous generations. He gives you 1 per day. Which means there's a lot of new Pokemon to talk about now. Ammonite! Get Shell Smash! It's tanky with great attacking types and good abilities. Just watch out for its special defense stat, its 4 times weakness to grass, and the fact that it's revived at level 25. Kabuto is a decent enough attacker. Again, good types and abilities, but it is on a slightly lower level than Ammonite. Aerodactyl gets high speed and attack, and it can easily switch into a lot of matchups. It gets the Elemental Fangs and has great TM and move relearner compatibility, so probably the best one we're going to be talking about here. Lileep has a fun type and is a decent staller with access to Giga Drain and Ingrain. It only resists normal and electric, but gets around that with its massive defense stats. It can't get Curse without breeding, but Amnesia can work decently for it. Anorith is another slow, bulky Pokemon with a weird type. It's outclassed by most other rock types. Same goes for its evolution Armaldo. Cranidos is a glass cannon. Massive attack, but weak in almost every other stat. It can outspeed most really bulky Pokemon, which sort of makes this Pokemon just a nuke to be used against strong Pokemon, but not so much anything else. Strong bulky Pokemon specifically. Same goes for its evolution Rampardos, and for Ammonite and Kabuto, same thing goes for Amistar and Kabutops. Cranidos, I just went over, okay, I'm losing my mind. Shieldon is an unfortunate Pokemon. It's strictly a wall with great resistances and defensive stats, but a shallow move pool and bad attacking stats. It does get great use out of Metal Burst, but not much else. There's better tanks coming up, and there have been better tanks in the past. Next, if we head into this room, with the Ice Rock, if you have an Eevee and level it up in this room, it will evolve into Glaceon, similar to the Mossy Rock in Pinwheel Forest. You can't get Eevee through normal means in Pokemon Black and White 1, so we aren't going to be going over Glaceon or Eevee now, but just keep in mind that that's something you can do here. And that's all there is to do in Twist Mountain. There's like a blizzard going on out here, okay. I have a feeling that won't be going on for long. Icera City. With the fishing rod, there are new Pokemon here. Barboach has a great type. Unfortunately, its stats suck, and I hate its evolution so much that I refuse to show it, say its name, or talk about what it can do, so as far as I'm concerned, just use Seismitoad, or better yet, transfer up a Quagsire later on. Alright, there's one thing I want to show in the gym besides Bryson, even though I obviously want to talk to Bryson too. So let's see what's going on in here. So you may recall that these two rocks here don't have collision, that one or this one. Well, it turns out that's only 2/3 true, because this rock also doesn't have collision. We can break reality 1/3 as hard, like 1/3 harder than we did last time. Also, this is the solution to the actual gym puzzle. Sorry for not showing it, but I thought it was funnier not to. In the past, when I was hurt and depressed, Alter shared this with me. There is strength in being with other people in Pokémon. Receiving their support makes you stronger. The young man named Charon also seems to understand this now. Literally so true. I just can't look at him the same after like the little girl said, oh, he was a movie star, and then remembering that. So he becomes less epic when he was a movie star and not like a ninja guy. Alright, let's head up to Dragon Spiral Tower. There are some great new encounters out here in Dragon Spiral Tower thanks to the Super Rod. Starting with Dratini. Dratini is not rare, and it can evolve in 2 level ups. If you catch it at high enough levels, it can evolve in 2 levels, which is insane. Its family is fantastic as well. You can also catch Dragonair here. Access to tons of moves, almost every good TM, Hurricane if you get up to level 81, and the ability to fill almost any role on your team. You can also encounter Dragonair on rare occasions, as I said, and even Dragonite with a 1% chance while fishing in rippling water. Dragonite will immediately be ready to fight if you want to tear all your hair out of your skull. Dragonite does get a fantastic hidden ability in Gen 5, but we can't get it here, so don't factor that in. Sorry for speeding up, I don't know why I was. I was barely even looking at the game, which is why my gameplay there probably looked incredibly stupid. I was trying to focus on reading my notes about Dragonite's family and, like, get through the tower at the same time. If you couldn't have guessed, we're climbing to the top of the tower again. Here we are. If, when you encounter Zekrom or Reshiram in End's Castle, you have full PC boxes and knocked it out, they will reappear here at the very top of Dragon Spiral Tower in the post-game. If you fail to catch them here, they will appear again after you fight the Elite Four again. The same can be said for every single static encounter in the game. Also worth noting, N wasn't bullshitting when he flew away from here. You can use Fly from the top floor. Ah, the blizzard stopped. Good. Also, all the snow melted simultaneously. I went ahead and withdrew a very special Pokemon from the PC. Keldeo. This is yet another event Pokemon. This one has received a level 15 and a Cherish Ball from a lovely place. From summer of 2012. They have a pretty good nature on it, actually. But yeah, that's neat. We'll be going over this Pokemon later in this episode, but it is relevant that we pick this up before we head to our next destination. Also, it's holding a PP max, same as Meloetta, so I'll gladly take that. Why not? I forgot something very important about where we are going next. You're gonna have to leave behind most of your party for what we're doing here. You need 4 empty slots for the Pokemon you need to take with you. We want to take with us Cobalion. Did not mean to switch Blue Eyes place. Virizion. And Terrakion. It is insanely important that we have them along with Keldeo. I completely forgot about this. With these 4 Pokemon in our party, we want to head up to the Moor of Iciris. Keldeo seems to want to get out of the Pokeball. I'll let it out. Keldeo came jumping out.
Oh, that Pokemon. It couldn't be. A bright red mane and a lush tail and a single noble horn. It's exactly like the old legend. For Keldeo and the 3 legendary Pokemon of the Unova region, Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion, this forest has a special meaning. It seems like it would be best if you knew this story as well. Would you mind listening to an old man's story for a moment? Long ago, when a war between peoples started an intense fire in this forest, a single young Pokemon was separated from its parents. Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion teamed up to take care of this Pokemon. The 3 acted as its parents and taught it the knowledge and the moves it needed to survive. The young Pokemon grew rapidly and developed a power that surpassed its 3 caretakers. However, one day, that Pokemon disappeared from the forest. No one knows why, but when I think about it, young ones are always reckless and drawn to adventure. It looks like they are all happy to see one another again. I wonder if those 3 are trying to teach Keldeo something.
Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion are trying to teach Keldeo the new move, Secret Sword. Let's go for it. Easily better than Leer.
weren't for you, these Pokémon never would have been able to meet again here in this forest that holds so many memories for them. I'm sure they are very happy that they were able to meet a trainer like you.
Wow, they know how to make an exit, too. Those aren't even the Pokeballs I caught them in.
A verdant forest and clear water. For Pokémon, this forest is like a paradise. It's also very important for people, so I want to take good care of it.
That's awesome. That's all. That's all there is to this event, but it does get your Keldeo the new move, Secret Sword. An 85 power special move that uses the target's physical defense in order to calculate damage. Let's talk about Keldeo real quick. Keldeo is the special attacker of the Swords of Justice. Surf and Hydro Pump are great moves on it. Secret Sword is a fantastic special fighting type move with 85 power. That again calculates damage based on the opponent's physical defense. There's really nothing it can't do with a move like that and access to Calm Mind. It is unfortunate that it doesn't learn many ice type moves. Also, since it's the youngest, it takes a longer time than the others to learn Secret Sword, but Sacred Sword is what I meant. Secret Sword is better anyway on it, so who cares? And it's worth noting, Keldeo is shiny locked. This is what its shiny would have looked like if it was available in-game. I don't know why I'm exiting my party. I'm going to fly back and get everyone back in the team. You may have seen artwork of another form for Keldeo in a Generation 5 game. That is not in Black and White 1. That is in future games only. Let's keep the happy family all together. They haven't really had a chance to be together in a while, so that feels appropriate. Even if it's gonna make this a pain in the ass to rearrange. I was right about it being a pain in the ass to rearrange, but it didn't take very long at least. That's right, I find rocks and then I give them to people. That's my simple life. You rock. Heat rock. I can just never get the one I actually want. It's so tragic. Alright. With all that, we've seen everything there is to do around Iciris City, the Moor of Iciris, and that's kind of all, isn't it? But still, we saw something pretty cool with Keldeo and the Swords of Justice, and Keldeo is one of the Swords of Justice, so just the Swords of Justice would have sufficed in that sentence. Next time on Pokemon White version, we're gonna move on to Route 9. I don't know why it took me so long to think of that. See you guys then.